apply pressure from every angle, you feel me? Yeah, you know, attack mode. Never fold, man. Nah, never fold, never quit, yeah. Keep going. Yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta, yeah, I smoke that dang. Tryna get M's in the bank, fuck what they think. Knock a nigga whole mouth out. Come sign me, top break, throw hands like Tank. Knock it out the park like Hank. I've been doing them pranks, what you got on my drink? I've been trying to keep my sane. Humanity so lame, fuck you and your gang. Speaking on the dead man's name.
In the NFL, both Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy getting reps with the first team in practice. Remember, J.J. raised eyebrows last week when he said something about he and Kyler sitting on opposite sides of the room as if the pair was in high school. Yesterday, head coach Kevin O'Connell said he wasn't concerned about that.
Another's interpretation of those comments are going to be what they are. I would just say that in the room and the actual day-to-day, the dialogue between those guys, the interactions have been very professional, and even more so than that, it's just been a positive room. I didn't make a lot out of it. I know there was some reaction to it, and that's probably not the first time there's going to be a reaction to those guys kind of, you know, answering questions about the situation, and that's what part of the competition is all about.
I suppose that's right. I suppose we are sort of setting ourselves up to parse every little thing that happens because it's a legitimate quarterback competition and an interesting one.
No question about it. And it doesn't have to be a friendly one. That's the thing. As long as you can be businesslike and all be focused on what is best for the Vikings, then the coach is going to be fine with whatever relation. I don't think they expected Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy to be like best friends instantly. In fact, the Vikings, talking to Vikings people throughout the offseason, one of the things they knew bringing in Kyler Murray or any veteran would do was make J.J. McCarthy uncomfortable. It was part of the point. They felt at the end of last year that the comfortable version of J.J. McCarthy wasn't good enough. So maybe if you get him uncomfortable, you might do something, get the best out of it.
The concern that I've had raised here, Harry, and I'm interested from your perspective as a wide receiver, is that a true competition like this does have some potential to divide a locker room, particularly if there are guys who like favor one side or the other, favor one guy over the other. If they see it one way and the coaches and the organization, for whatever reason, see it another way, is that something you'd be concerned about as we move this thing forward?
Most definitely, Greeny. I experienced that, not me personally, but while I was in the receiver room as a young guy at the University of Louisville, we had some receivers that wanted Stephon LaFleur as the quarterback. We had some guys who wanted Brian Brom as the quarterback, but our head coach did a great job of diffusing that, and guys just went out there and played when it was all said and done. But you had that little friction here and there. I think when you look at the Minnesota Vikings, here's what you don't want to happen. You don't want Justin Jefferson to have one of these seasons that he had last year. Yes, he had over 1,000 yards receiving. But at the same time, there's only been 2 years since he's been in the National Football League where he hasn't had 1,400 yards or more. 2023, he only played 10 games. So that's self-explanatory why that didn't happen. Last year, it was the deficiency at the quarterback position. You go through another one of those seasons, and you're talking about your star wide receiver eventually wanted to leave Minnesota. That's what you do not want as an organization.
I listened to Kevin O'Connell's comments, and to your point, I just think it's real. And even J.J. McCarthy's comments, I had no problem with. He was drafted there. They moved up in the first round to get him. Since he's been there, he has the expectation that I'm going to become the guy and the leader and the franchise quarterback. This offseason, that completely changed. Now I'm looking at Kyler Murray in the quarterback room. I don't want him there, and it's okay to feel that way. I'd rather this be my job in the organization, feel this way. And to Kevin O'Connell's point, this is just the beginning. At some point, they're going to have to split those reps up and have someone go first. When they do, reporters after practice are going to be asking one of those two guys. At some point, they have to name a starter. So it is what it is. And I don't think it divides the locker room because it'll be clear and obvious who the right guy is through competition.
Probably. And, you know, if it isn't, then maybe that's a different problem to have. Dan, help me if I'm overlooking one, but I can't it used to be quarterback competitions, true quarterback competitions used to be pretty commonplace in a pre-salary cap era, you know, at a time when the contracts and things like that didn't dictate how everything was.
Yeah.
What's the last time we had, or how frequently have we had a good team, like a team that is thinking playoff thought?
SKOL Vikes, here we go, man. Let's get it. Another live, another day. You know what it is. Down at the levee. We going fishing at the levee. You know, I had to start off with some more McCarthy talk. You know, McCarthy Murray talk is always ongoing. That's going to be the talk of the town, the talk around Minnesota. Probably the talk until a decision is made. You know it. I know it. We go. Let's get to who we got in the building. Who Yang in the building? What up, Who Yang? You rang. You rang, Who Yang. You rang, Who Yang. Huh? No Ed and Eddie tonight, Who Yang. You hear me? SKOL Vikes. Here we go. Here we go, man. Let's get it. Holding in the building, holding in the building. My brother holding in the building. What up, big dog? SKOL Vikes. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. EJ, what expectations? EJ, what expectation for KOC to stay as a Vikings coach? Does he need to win a playoff game? More than one, Holden, more than one. At this point from KOC Holden, he needs to win multiple playoff games. I repeat, multiple playoff games. One is not enough. One is not enough. Can he make a real playoff run, a real playoff push? That is the main question. Holden. He said, right now I'm watching the NBA Finals. I dig it. I dig it. Me too, man. I don't even watch basketball. Only time I do watch basketball is when I watch the finals, bro. So it's going to be probably a little shorter live, but hey, we got to get to it. News to get into. Kristen DARRISAW news. He says he feels great. He says he's ready. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Got more OTA news coming up. Then, of course, some more Kyler Murray, JJ McCarthy talk. Go ahead and get to it, man, right quick. Make sure you come in the chat. You like the chat up. Like, comment, and subscribe as well. Hit that bell as well. Share this with any and everybody you know for sure. Why not, man? Support the grind. Support the channel. For real. Let's get it. SKOL Vikes. Here we go. Give me 1 second, man. Get back to this right here.
Championship thoughts, which they have reason to be thinking in Minnesota, where we begin training camp and begin the preseason with a true competition for the starting job.
Yeah, it's tough to imagine, other than a situation where it's a high draft pick rookie that, you know, it's almost like a fake competition because we know who's ultimately going to win it.
Going to get it. This one really is anybody's ball game.
And that's what makes the circumstance unique is the Vikings 2 years ago win 14 games. They have high hopes. They want to be contenders again. They know if they get decent quarterback play that they will be. If JJ McCarthy didn't want Kyler Murray to show up, he should have played better. And that's the message that the Vikings are.
Are you shocked? Are you surprised at the answers at what you hear? Every time it's on McCarthy, every time it's on McCarthy. I mean, that's pretty much the narrative as far, that probably will be the narrative the whole time. Matter of fact, it's always been McCarthy. It will always be McCarthy. Everybody wants to blame it, put it on McCarthy. Could McCarthy have played better at times? Yeah. But was it all him? Hell no. Hell no. You know it. I know it. But once again, that's the picture, the narrative they will paint. They got to protect their buddy, their pal, KOC. Or they just don't know football at all, or they just don't care at all. But like I say, McCarthy is the easy target. He's the easiest one to attack. Let's get to it. Dylan Bell is showing out. Ty Felton looks all right. Yeah, Dylan Bell making a name. Dylan Bell trying to make a name for himself, Holden, no doubt. Oh, yeah. He said Dylan Bell will be on the bench. O'Connell don't like to use a lot of weapons for the quarterback. Who Yang wild tonight, huh? How you feeling tonight, Who Yang, huh? Here we go. But these guys are no different from
your Cowherds, your Rich Eisens, who else? The list goes on, etc. We're going to get into a Rich Eisen video as well, but this is no different here. Put the blame on McCarthy. Put the blame on McCarthy every time. Who is this guy? McCourty. McCourty, I'm sure he's going to say the same thing, but no one ever says KLC was a piss poor play caller. No one ever puts any blame on KLC or the O-line. None of that. Or talk about how the receivers drop touchdowns and first downs, etc. All they talk about is JJ McCarthy in this competition battle. Here we go. Let's get it.
Sending not just J.J. McCarthy, but also to Justin Jefferson and the veterans on that team. We are not okay with what happened last year. If J.J. is going to be our quarterback this year, it will be because something has changed about him, and you'll all see it along with us. So.
Shout out Norse in the building. Shout out Norse in the building, man. He say, I'm the 5th one in here, and now I'm the first one to hit the like. Come on, people. Hey, man, you come in the chat, hit the like button. What the hell going on around here, man? Heavy. Support the grind, support the channel for real. It take less than 1 second to hit the like. How the hell Norsery has come in and he the only one to hit the damn like? You hear me? Heavy. You know it. I know it. What they call it? Hate watching. Hate watching. Here we go, dog. Shout out Norse in the building. SKOL VIKES, bro. Here we go. Let's get it. SKOL VIKES. Here we go. Let's get back to it.
That's where they're going into this training camp. We're thinking about a competition.
And super quickly, give me a date on the calendar by what you think you need to know. When do you need to know who the quarterback is going to be?
I want to say after the first preseason game, you want to have a great idea of who that guy is going to be.
All right, we'll find out.
And now I can agree with him on that. Even for me, I feel like it should be the end of preseason or maybe the last game of preseason. That's when you know for sure or should know who the QB1 is. But it will be a disadvantage. It will be wrong towards McCarthy, period. If KLC says, hey, Kyler Murray is QB1 after OTAs, or even vice versa. I mean, if it's a real battle, real competition battle, it should be a fair exchange, real fair ball. You know, at the end of the day, you should wait till at least preseason. And I mean, towards the end of preseason, matter of fact, whole lot of football left to be played. Here we go.
Yeah, there's a true competition in Minnesota for a team thinking playoff thoughts. I don't think we get those all that often anymore. Meanwhile,
see, look, I might get back to that video later. Just want to run that clip right fast. Really, it's the same shit all day, every day. More talk about McCarthy this, McCarthy that, McCarthy this, McCarthy that. It's always McCarthy. Like I always say, it's never KLC. It's never any blame put on KLC, man. That's the problem right there. Yeah, you can say McCarthy could have looked better at times, could have made better decisions at times, could have threw the ball better at times, of course. But at the end of the day, if you want to talk about McCarthy, make sure you talk about KLC at the same time. It's only right. It's only right. That's it, bro. That's the bottom line right there. Here we go. Let's get it, bro. Oh, Too Evil in the building. Too Evil in the building with the $2 in the chat, man. Shout out Too Evil for the $2 super chat. For real. Here we go, man. Let's get it. What he said, McCarthy is built for a broom and not a football. Come on, bro. Stop it, Too Evil. Stop it, Too Evil. McCarthy gonna shine, man. McCarthy gonna shine, whether it's with Minnesota or whether it's with another team, but he will shine, right? Lock in, 9. Lock in, 9, for sure. Here we go. That boy Too Evil funny as hell, though. No cap. Appreciate the chat up, though, man, for real. Let's get it. Say Too Evil, you didn't want to go on the other stream, eh? We go. You would never wait till preseason to decide on QB1. That's way too late. You have to decide much sooner. Why is that, Too Evil? Expound, bro. Expound. Expound in the boogie downtown, bro. For real. You can't just say it's too late without saying why it's too late. Oh, no, no, no. This is not ESPN, bruh. You're going to have to earn your statements here, expound on your statements round here, round yonder. So once again, bruh, why do you say it's too late to wait till preseason is over or middle of preseason? You know? Let me know, man. Let me know for real. We go. Here we go, dog. Let's work. Let's get it. Here we go. Now I'm going to get into some Kristen DARRISAW news. Kristen DARRISAW feels great. Glad Kristen DARRISAW feels great as well. One second, man. Go to this one over here. Yeah, so we're going to get into this DARRISAW article. You know, just DARRISAW talking about how he's feeling. His knee feels better than it ever has. And that's definitely a plus for DARRISAW. That's the big question for DARRISAW. You know how talented he is off the rip. Question for him is, can he stay healthy and all that? If he stays healthy, we know he's a dog. You know he's one of the best, if not the best, in the game. Here we go. Let's get to it. Too Evil said, what? KOC gave McCarthy every chance not to be bad. Stop it, Too Evil. Stop it, dog. You know better. You know better. How did he do that? How did he do that, Too Evil? How could he have possibly done that, Jack? No cap. Didn't put in full effort with him. Didn't try to fix his technique, his footwork, etc. Assume he was ready when he wasn't, or not ready the way he should have been. But how do you go a whole OTAs, a whole training camp, right, and a whole preseason and say, hey, his technique is good, it's not flawed. Oh, JJ McCarthy is prepared, he's ready. And let's not forget one of his first pressures since McCarthy came in the building. Oh, this is our future quarterback. He's our franchise guy. So he's your franchise guy. You want him to be the future of your organization. You don't put full effort in with him. You don't put time in with him. You don't teach him certain techniques of the game. You don't go into his first year playing his rookie season in a physical form. You don't make sure he's fully prepared that year. That's doing a disservice to him. Yeah, KOC held JJ McCarthy back. But like I say, no one ever talks about that. His piss poor leadership, his piss poor head coach. Come on, bro. Stop it. We going to be real here or we going to be fake? For real. You want to talk about McCarthy, what he needs to improve on? Cool. But let's talk about KOC for a minute. Yeah, let's get him going for a minute. Just a real question, you know. Here we go. Let's get to it. 1 second. Yeah, the biggest thing for DARRISAW, really been the biggest thing his whole career at the same time. Hold on one second, man. We're gonna get to it. But it's really been the biggest question the whole time since his career started. Can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? I mean, hell, his rookie year, his rookie season, he came in, had to get surgery, was hurt, and all that. But for him to say this is the best he's ever felt in a long time, his knee feels really good. That's a great sign for the Vikings. You know, hopefully he zones in, locks in, and focuses in on the task at hand. But if you can keep DARRISAW for more than half the season, even more than that, damn near a full season, then playoff time come around, if they're a playoff team and he's healthy then, 100%, shit, bro. Sky's the limit. Matter of fact, there's no limit. You can't replace a DARRISAW. I don't care who your backup is, who you bring in, nothing. You can't replace a Christian DARRISAW. Too important to a team, means a lot to this O-line. He's one of the real anchors, damn near sometimes the only anchor at times on this O-line. But can he be available? I don't care how much talent you got, right? If you can't be available, if you can't be on the field, it's over with, bro. Period. Here we go. You know? But DARRISAW is a real monster, a real dog, all that. Maybe the best at his position when healthy. Straight up. Let's get to it. Viking star left tackle Christian DARRISAW feels like himself again. Great news right there. Great news. Here we go. DARRISAW was in and out of the Vikings lineup in 2025 and was never quite 100% this year. Will hopefully be different. Big DARRISAW, big 7-1. 7-1 is back. 7-1 is back. Let's get it. Almost 20 months removed from the devastating knee injury he suffered in October 2024, Vikings left tackle Christian DARRISAW is feeling like himself again this offseason. It took a while for him to reach this point. DARRISAW spent all of last offseason in recovery mode and was able to make his season debut in week 3. But it wasn't a simple situation where once he was back on the field, everything was back to normal. DARRISAW was in and out of the lineup, missing parts of games and almost all of a Thursday night game in week 9. His practice reps were carefully managed. Eventually, when the Vikings were eliminated from playoff contention, he was shut down. Had to shut him down, period. Why play him? Why risk it? Here we go. Let's get it. Lock in, CD. Lock in, Holmes. For real. We need you, big dog. We need you healthy and ready. Let's get it. SKOL VIKES. In total, DARRISAW played just over 500 snaps across 10 games last season. When he was on the field, he played well. But he wasn't the same dominant pre-injury force the Vikings saw from 22 to 24, when his tape was as consistently impressive as any left tackle in the league. I mean, what you expect, hell, he was still injured. He was never 100% last year at all. May have been 85% max. You going up against the best, you need to be 100% max, period. Here we go. So it's not shocking at all why he got washed and smacked around by Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is elite. You go out there half-stepping, you go out there hurt, going against Micah Parsons, man, one of the best to really do it, you're going to get washed all day. You better try that with a second stringer or a good player. Micah Parsons, elite. Different, bro. Different. But he's another player, always injured, always injured, man, always hurt. That's it. Having had a more normal offense this year, having had a more normal offseason this year, DARRISAW has been moving around well at Vikings OTAs, and he said his knee feels as good as it has since the surgery. Best it's felt in 2 years, DARRISAW told Minnesota Star Tribune on Thursday. I'm trending in the right direction, full motion. Everything feels great. And I'm sure Christian DARRISAW is very happy about that. You know, I'm sure it feels good to him. It feels good to him just to be able to just let loose and play ball, bro. Just let loose and play ball. Not have to worry about this, worry about that. You know, just fully knowing and believing he's 100%. 100%, no doubt. Little clip of DARRISAW right here. 7-1, man. Hold up. Make sure you see it clear here. It's big 7-1, man. That's not it right here. Bring it back. One more time for the good folk. So definitely feels good to just see Christian DARRISAW back in full action, getting it in, going in, etc. Let's get to it, man. 1 second here. Let's get back to it. With the roll call. Where's the one I was at right there? Give me 1 second. If the Vikings can get DARRISAW back healthy and playing like his pre-injury self, that will be a game changer for their offense. The 2021 first-round pick is a truly dominant force as both a pass protector and run blocker from the left tackle position, boasting a rare combination of size, athleticism, technical mastery, and awareness. Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell said on Thursday that DARRISAW has been participating pretty much in totality in the offseason program. Christian's had a great spring, O'Connell said. I think offensive line coach Keith Carter has done a really good job with Christian, understanding that as we progress through the spring, when we have our opportunities. 1 second. Read it right in. Here we go. Boom. That as we progress through the spring, when we have our opportunities to have him in there, which has been pretty much in totality, we're being smart with him. But at the same time, we're making sure he's part of this collective O-line group elevation that's happening. That group has a high standard for themselves. Christian has a very high standard for himself. And that's one of the reasons why we're so excited to have him back and feeling healthy and feeling good. Now we just need to continue to progress that way in a way that allows him to feel great starting the season. So once again, shout out CD. Very important for CD to be healthy, baby. No cap. Very important for Christian DARRISAW to be available this year. And I mean, shit, him being on the field will help out KOC as well. Never get it twisted, never get it misconstrued, for real. But Christian DARRISAW, hey, we need you to be healthy, big homie. We need you to be healthy, Holmes. No doubt. We need you ready to play. For real. What we said? I'm going from what Judd of Purple Daily says, which is the chemistry between QB and first team has to be worked on as much as possible. Well, it needs to be worked on from both players. That's why it's a competition, Too Evil. You know, that's why it's a real competition. It should be a fair balance of plays given out, reps, etc. You can't give one guy more reps than the other right now, unless you're leaning towards him being your one. But at the end of the day, bro, if it's a real competition, real fair ball, fair play, then it must be, I repeat, it must be, dog, a fair, the same amount of reps being given out. Period, man. We go. You can't say, hey, this is a fair battle, and then go give JJ McCarthy less reps than Murray or vice versa. I mean, hell, is it real or not? Is it a real battle or not? Now, if not, he should have came out and said that a month ago. You know it. I know it. Here we go. Let's get to it. Says EJ, I think the writing is on the wall. KOC can't handle a strong-minded young gun. QB, the Wolves are blinded by the clown, so JJ will probably be traded. If so, I hope he beats KFC's ass through eternity. might not be able to handle the spirit, his energy, man, etc. You know, JJ McCarthy just a certain type of player. Maybe KOC just can't handle or don't want to try to figure out whatever the case may be. But hey, if they give up on him this early, if it doesn't work, that falls right on KOC's lap. Right on KOC, bro. Period. Now, will he be held accountable? Hell no. He gonna go right along with Kyler Murray and the next quarterback who comes in. But at the end of the day, McCarthy still hasn't received a fair shot. Now, this season, is he getting a fair chance, a fair shot? We're gonna see. You know, only they know what's going on behind the scenes right now. You know, we pretty much see the news, hear the news, follow the news, OTA news, training camp news, boom, bam. But there will be people there, will be people seeing what's going on. You can be able to tell early if it's a fair competition or bullshit, no bullshit. Straight up. Let's get back to it, man. But once again, shout out Kristen DARRISAW. Very important piece to this team. Very important piece to the puzzle. You know, everything damn near starts with Kristen DARRISAW on the O-line. I know they say, hey, the center is the most important part of the line. Well, in the Vikings case, it may be DARRISAW. But if he can stay healthy, along with Donovan Jackson and Brian O'Neill, etc., if they can stay healthy and remain a tight-knit unit, it could be very impressive, bro. They could be very physical, very dominant, damn near. Shout out Aiden in the building. Shout out my dog Aiden Chris in the building. SKOL Vikes. Here we go. What he said, I'm gonna be honest. When Kyler was announced as a Viking, I knew Murray will be the week 1 starter. Expound once again. Expound, Aiden Chris. How did you know? How did you know? You know, if KOC said it was a fair competition, how did you know? Is it because you think you know KOC? KOC is full of shit. It was something in the contract. Kyler Murray wouldn't have came to Minnesota if he had to battle for a job, or what? Why would you really think Kyler Murray would be the starter week 1? Unless you thought, hey, Murray was going to flat out beat McCarthy out. But how could you think that? Judging off the last 4 years of Murray's career, even recently at that. How could someone in their right mind say, hey, Murray's going to easily beat out McCarthy? I mean, what? Why? He just got beat out by Jacoby Brissett. So what are we saying here once again, dog? Here we go. Mm-hmm. Here we go. What Too Evil said. KOC is undefeated in Super Bowls as the OC. And and he wasn't all the way an OC, Too Evil. He was a halfway OC. He wasn't calling plays. Remember that, Too Evil. Remember that always. He was a halfway, half-ass offensive coordinator, bruh. Period. You know it. I know it. So never forget that. He wasn't calling the damn plays. Straight up. Yeah, you know what's up, bruh. You know what's up, Too Evil. Don't play, bruh. Don't play. Come on now, Jack. For real. Let's get it, bruh. Here we go. Now we're going to get into some player interviews, player pressers right now. Got Van Ginkel coming up right here. Didn't get a chance to finish them all last night. So, hey, got to finish them up. Got to get back to it. OTAs are here. The season is here. The new era is here. Shout out Nolan Bain Teasley once again. Shout out Nolan Bain Teasley right here. Ain't playing no games. Shout out my brother McCarthy for real. So we go. EJ, are you going to tap into Skolathon? What is Skolathon? Too Evil? Let me know. What is Skolathon? Too Evil? Here we go. It's on who channel? On the Let's SKOL channel. What are they about? What are they saying? What are they doing? What's the SKOL-a-thon, bro? Probably won't tap into it, but what is it? Here we go. Let's get to it. Bottom line is KFC is an maniac, total fraud, and soft baby bitch. There you go. There you go, man. There you go, bro. Here we go. Here we go, bro. He said, big facts, Norris. Big facts, Norris. Here we go, man. He say right now, Rap, D Woods, Owen, and a few others raising money for the Vikings Foundation. What's the foundation, bro? You know? Yeah, what's the foundation, dog? You know, what is the whole thing about Too Evil at the end of the day? Here we go. I mean, raising money for what? What exactly is the Minnesota Vikings Foundation? Here we go. It's a charity. Charity going to. And the school to do with that. Here we go. Get to this Andrew Van Ginkel pressure right quick. Yeah, I feel you on that, Norris. He said, I don't give to foundations, I give directly to individual people. Yeah, man, you know, that's a different whole animal right there. You know, who's controlling the money? Who are you giving it to? What is the charity going to? Go don't have to do with the charity. You know. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Here we go. What he said, I don't believe anything KLC says. KLC is better with vet QBs than rookie QBs. Exactly. Hayden Chris, he can't develop a young QB. He hasn't done it yet. You know? He hasn't done it yet, dog, for real. You know it. I know it. You know, so that's just what it is, bro. Heavy. Can he develop a young QB? He hasn't been forced to develop a young QB yet at all. You know, period. He said a lot. He third it. I'm good now, Norris. What's up? I'm good. I'm good. Check. Yo. Said lost audio. I'm good. We good. What's up? Let's get it. Said a little glitchy. Hold on 1 second. Might be yours, Norris. Might be yours, dog. I think I'm good, bro. Here we go. Sure, but let's just get to it. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Volume good. Let me know, bro. Here we go. So Kyler will win that job because of the fact that KLC works well with vet QBs. Well, KLC needs to put work in with JJ McCarthy at this point, Aiden Chris, and technically McCarthy is a veteran QB right now. I mean, correct? I mean, JJ McCarthy is officially a veteran QB. So is KLC gonna put in more work with him? You know, is he gonna give him the attention he needs and deserves? Yeah. And then to answer your question as well, Too Evil, it's it's a lot of fake shit that goes on within Vikings media. So that issue right there as well. Yeah, probably not, bro. For real. Here we go. Here we go, man. Yeah, so since McCarthy is a vet, KLC should handle that, right? He should handle that business for real. You know it. I know it. If we're talking about KLC is only good with vets, hell, McCarthy is now a vet. So okay. So what's the problem now? What the problem is? What's the problem is, dog? You hear? What the problem is, man? For real. For real, though. What the problem is, man? We go. Get to this Van Ginkel right quick, man. Here we go. 1 second. Share the screen right quick. Break down some of these pressers, dog. Here we go.
Has had some elite level defensive lines and defenses. And I just, we watched a lot of clips from. Has had some elite level defensive lines and defenses. And I just, we watched a lot of clips from the Saints when he was down there, and the way that defense was flying around was fun to watch.
Speaking of guys coming and going, I mean, is it still weird not to have JG here?
Oh, 100%. JG's a guy that was a foundational piece and a lot of high energy, showed a lot of emotion. Came out here and worked his tail off every day and every week, and we're going to miss his presence. And obviously, I'm excited for Dallas to step up and do a bigger role. And you can see, just the way he attacks. He feels like it's his time to shine, and I'm excited to see that development.
Yeah, I mean, how much did he shine last year? And now heading into year 3, yeah, it seems like a higher ceiling he can reach.
Yeah, I think so too. Compared to his first year, his second year slowing down a little bit more. Now going into his third year, I think there's a lot of potential there, and he sees that. He knows he has a bright future, and he had a great season last year, but I think that he can improve on it, and he knows that. And just the way he's coming out here and working, you can tell that there's an edge to him, which is awesome to see.
Yes.
Andrew, what do you get out of 2 days like this? You know a lot about the game. You know a lot about the system.
Yeah, it's continue to learn, continue to develop. I was kind of mentioning earlier, Coach Nielsen's coming in with a little different sight of how he likes to play things, and there's a lot of cool little techniques and little fundamental pieces that he can add and bring to the table. And just getting back out here with the guys, obviously a lot of young guys, so continue to grow as a group, continue to build trust, and just working on our fundamentals and techniques, and it's exciting.
Did you, I looked at the video, did you win the home run derby at the Healing Foundation?
Yeah. I don't know.
Are you a slugger from way back, or what was the key?
I played a little bit of baseball growing up. We used to have a slow pitch softball league in my town that played.
Man, you know what? You know what's trippy, bro? You just sit back and think about the exterior rushers, edge rushers, etc. No, just the weapons this defense has. How Brian Flores and this defense has been holding it down for years now. I'm talking about for years now. With the lack of talent, with the personnel that he doesn't want per se. Now he's finally having the opportunity to get the personnel in the building that he wants. Think how good defensively this team will be once again, or how good it should be. But you got Van Ginkel, you got Dallas Turner, you got Tyrion Ingram now. You got players all in the building ready to step up and take over. Take that next level for sure. Wow, bro. No doubt. He said, gotta like Gink. No cap, Norris. Real talk, Norris. There you go, bro. Gotta like Gink, man. Heavy. Here we go. We go. Back when they signed JG, Cashman, and Gink, the press creamed over Cash coming home. Gink quietly said, "I'm actually coming home too. Iowa kid." Dope shit, bro, for real. SKOL VIKES, here we go.
Every once in a while, and there was a point in time where I couldn't hit the ball to save my life because they're launching it, 25 feet up in the air. So when they give these little lollipops, it's a lot easier to hit. And obviously Depot and Bo Richter came out swinging as well. So I was kind of shocked at how good I was hitting the ball.
Harrison Smith still hasn't retired. Do you reach out to him at all? So don't retire.
I text him every now and again, just kind of, just pushing him a little bit, just kind of nudging him, seeing how he responds. But, he's in a good place. I'm happy for him. Hopefully, would love to have him back and be his teammate for him.
And this is from the woman over there.
You just earned 5% cash back on that. Also, if I start a conga line, will you join?
Earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter on up to $1,500 in purchases when you activate.
Well, let's go back here with it. Shout out Van Ginkel. Shout out Van Ginkel, man. Definitely an important piece to the defense for sure. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and get down, break the rest down in the town real quick. Let's get it. Hold on 1 second. Let me see who else we got here. Did Addison already, Dallas Turner. Okay. So who this is? This is Big Citrus. Big Citrus said he got something to say, right? Let's get it. Who is this? Is that Vandermark? Motherfucking big dude. Is that Vandermark though? Heavy. Hold on. Let me share the screen, man. Heavy. Hold up. Damn, Vandermark, you a big dog, big boy. For real. Hold up, running back. Hold up.
Minnesota going so far?
It's going pretty good, yeah. A bunch of cool guys on the team and just fit right into the room. It's like open arms and they welcome me like to a new family, so it's pretty sweet.
I'm even thinking like you picking the brain of Brian O'Neill, watching at one point, you're thinking his brain, like, oh yeah, officials.
It's too many people. It's too many people talking around them right now. They definitely need to improve their audio as far as outside goes. But damn, bro, a lot of noise around there. Man. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, he's been an all-pro, Pro Bowl player in this league, and to come here and try to learn from him as I learned from like Spencer Brown and Deion Dawkins is great. So just picking his brain, and he's kind of picking my brain a little bit too, because we had a great O-line on the Bills, so to share some of my knowledge with him and for him to share some of his knowledge is pretty awesome.
It's the beauty that you have some versatility.
Vandermark is a big dude, bro. And like I've been saying, Vandermark, a great signing during free agency. Shout out Rob Brzezinski again. A solid depth piece, somebody who knows what he's doing, somebody who can come in and perform at a high level if O'Neal or DARRISAW go out. So that's exactly what I mean, bro, right there. Building your roster from top to bottom. It's cool to have really good starters, great starters. Yes, you need that. But at the end of the day, what does your depth chart look like as well? Period.
Left side, right side?
Yeah, I mean, as a swing tackle in this league, you got to play both. There's no right or left. I mean, if you're a backup, you're playing all five, you're playing both sides.
I mean, do you see yourself in the coming years, like one or the other, like being a starter, being one of those main five?
Yeah, of course. Every backup aspires to be a starter. That's I mean, you got to be ready every week, and that's just how it is.
It's been a challenge, but I'm all for it, so I'm excited.
What has it been what you thought it would be?
Yeah, and a little more. From a install standpoint, I knew it was gonna be that. But from a, everybody being, the top player at their position, you know what I mean? So it's a little different. That kind of shocked me a little bit.
Let me just start. I mean, you've been doing this a long time. I mean, just imparting wisdom. Like, how much do you feel like, your role is one to not only show what you can do out here, but also help the young guys?
Yeah, I mean, for me, going into my fifth year, it was the same thing that happened to me, coming up. You first come in, your job is to learn, figure out what's going on, you got to simulate, got to run the reps. And I remember how I came in and the vets for me, I was struggling. They were trying to teach me, hey, calm down, figure out how things are going. This is what coach wants. This is what we want to see from you. And you slowly build it up. And now my turn to do the same.
Why is this a good fit for you?
You know, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity. I love the room. I love Coach Ryan, how he thinks and like how he teaches. And I feel like it's you know, just a good opportunity for me to be able to.
That boy North said, "Who's that?" Hold on, man. Here we go. Maybe McCarthy is playing bad since everyone on the team hates him. Everybody don't hate him too, Evil. Matter of fact. So let's comment way down. They don't hate him. What are you talking about right there? You just playing, you JT, you just talking, huh? You JT, dog, you just talking for real. Here we go. Let's get it. That boy North say, who is that? That's the D lineman, I believe they signed Norse. Probably a depth chart guy. Believe he came from the Colts. Can't recall his name right now, but yeah, that's the free agent, defensive line free agent. The Vikings signed over from the Colts.
Build up myself and like, you know, I'm reaching a point of the career where I got to like show stuff on the field, and I think this is a good place for me to do that.
What was it like navigating March, April, which you signed just a few weeks ago? Was that tough, just trying to figure out where you would end up?
Yeah, you know, there's always like that worry about like, okay, you know, how's it gonna go? I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and you start getting into a routine, and when you're not going straight into OTAs, you're kind of like, I'm floating a little bit, but as long as you're, you know, focused on, okay, doing my workouts, making sure my body's right, and wherever you're going to end up, you're going to end up. You got to be able to perform regardless. So it's just figuring out, okay, I'm going to be here. What are they looking for? Try to get like an early playbook or something like that. Figure out what I'm doing.
I mean, for him, he just got to perform and show out. Bottom line, for guys like him, they're trying to make the team, you know, try to make the roster cut, but also try to get some PT eventually. You know, so it's about learning fast, playing efficiently, performing efficiently at a high level, you know, quickly and swiftly. Here we go. Let's get it.
And they're ready to show up.
Okay, so what are they looking for? How does that marry with your skill set?
Oh, you know, in terms of the, you know, attack, read, react, attack and stuff, I feel like, you know, it works well with the technicality, making sure your eyes are right and figuring out where the blocks are coming from and how to attack them.
It's the dog park. The old cone of shame, right?
It's called an.
Okay, now let's get to this. What we got here? Rich Eisen. See what Rich Eisen talking about. 1 second. Break it down real quick, man. Hold on. Get to it.
McCarthy talking about the quarterback situation in Minnesota with him and Kyler Murray. There's two different senses of competition, right? Where the quarterback room is one heartbeat, and we all understand we're in the same room together, but we're in competition with one another, and competition's healthy. That's what you hear all the time from coaches. It's good to have competition. It brings out the best in everybody, unless the competition keeps you on opposite sides of the quarterback room, like you're two students in a classroom sitting apart listening to the same teacher. That's how J.J. McCarthy described the
really odd
relationship with Kyler Murray. It's not like they're going to dinner together and they're all tight, right? That sounds like it's like, huh?
Well,
how's it? Nothing about it is really odd. As you heard whoever that guy is say, hey, really odd how? I mean, some of these guys probably never competed a day in their life or had to compete for nothing. You know, definitely probably haven't played football before. But he said, what is the problem with it? These guys are two men competing for a starting role to be the QB1. And everybody acting like what McCarthy said is a problem. Shit, what you mean? That's what a competitor says. That's what a guy who feels like he's been done wrong as well says. Straight up, dog. No cap. You know? It's not no damn party. Ain't throwing no party, bruh. It's a competition. It's a war. Period. And Murray already feels superior to him already. So what do you expect? How do you expect McCarthy to feel and to react? He didn't disrespect him. And according to KOC, you know, off camera, behind the scenes, everything is going smooth. Respect being shown, McCarthy having a good attitude, etc. So don't get caught up in the hype once again. But for people to act like, oh, it's a big deal, it's not. Stop it. JJ McCarthy had every way to react that way. Now, he can't get caught up in his feelings, of course, can't get caught up in his emotions. He got to focus on his play on the field. Focus on winning the QB1 battle. Put your best foot forward, win, lose, or draw. Shit, you lose, you win, whatever. Give your best effort, Jack. No cap. You know? Let's get back to it, man. But people blowing this up. Oh, ESPN, everybody. Oh, he did too much. He's not professional. Oh, he has an attitude, subliminal message. No, bro. Stop it. You know?
Also, we played those two because it was in contrast into what Kyler Murray said, which was, you know, an 8-year veteran answer of they're both working hard. He's trying to pick up what I'm saying. I'm learning from him.
Doesn't matter what a veteran says. I don't care what the veteran said. The veteran is corny. The veteran is fake, heavy. You know, the veteran trying to make face, save face, etc. You know it. I know it. The veteran is basically a ass kisser, a brown noser. You know, you see it in the real world. You see it in the workplace. You see it everywhere. Celebrity realm, whatever realm. A lot of brown noses, ass kisses, etc. Kyler Murray is one of them. You know, he up there going up there smiling, giggling, lying, even trying to please the media, trying to please KOC. You know, McCarthy ain't gonna do that. You know, he ain't just gonna bow down. If he's unhappy, he's unhappy, bro. So what? Like I said, if he were to get traded, if the Vikings did trade him and he wants to leave, I wouldn't blame him at all. I wouldn't be mad at him either, dog. Do I want him to compete? Hell yeah. Do I want him to stay in the building and really fight it out, battle it out with Murray? With Murray, of course. But if he's at the point he wants to get up out of there, hell, can you blame the man for real? But if it's a fair competition, stay there and bang. McCarthy, stay there and bang, baby, for real. Period. Win, lose, or draw, dog. Give it all you got, straight up. But I don't care what Kyler Murray said, how politically correct he sounded. I could give a damn about that at all. He going up there trying to sound good. And don't forget, right? This the same quarterback, the same player who wanted to play Call of Duty more than he wanted to play on the field. Let's get it. Here we go.
We're listening to coaching. It's really great. It's a good competitive room. Oh, cool. Great answer. Then we played McCarthy and it was like, yeah, he sits on one side, I sit on the other side, and it's up to the coaches to coach us.
Yeah.
And we're just like, what?
It's like the Goodfellas thing. You know, one quarterback goes one way, one quarterback goes the other way, and the coach is like, what do you want from me?
Pretty much.
So Kevin O'Connell was asked about this. Roll it.
I would just say that in the room and the actual day-to-day, the dialogue between those guys, the interactions have been very professional, and even more so than that, it's just been a positive room, and I think Carson has a lot to do with that as the veteran in the room. And obviously, I would never discount Josh McCown's extensive career as a player in those quarterback rooms and how he manages the room and engages with everybody in there. So I didn't make a lot out of it. I know there was some reaction to it, and that's probably not the first time there's going to be a reaction to those guys kind of, answering questions about the situation. And that's what part of the competition is all about. It's going to be, look, we're not trying to, there's no hiding anything. It's going to be, displayed on the field, and their teammates and coaching staff and the guys in this building have to feel conviction about the direction we go. And you do that by your daily habits and just improving.
I trust him. But you also heard him say it's professional, which means he did not say, oh, I'm not seeing what JJ's saying, because he can't undercut 9.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rich Eisen, of course. Now, I don't know if he's a KOC nut rider, but guess what? I know Rich Eisen will lean more towards KOC than McCarthy, Holmes, period. One thing for sure, if it came down to it, I'm sure he would take KOC's side quicker than he would McCarthy's side. And he doesn't know, he doesn't really know the inside things that go on behind the scenes, the real 411, the real scoop that goes on in the building. Or if he does, he just don't care, You know what I'm saying? Period, Jack. No cap. And shit, if him and McCarthy are close, whatever, if they do talk outside of the show, I mean, you would expect him to really speak up for the man since he knows what's going on. Everybody knows that JJ McCarthy has been done wrong. Hasn't been treated fairly since he came in the building. No one saying nothing about it. Here we go.
And Kyler, I think, was just given the professional answer. Right. But it's what's more likely? So what's more likely Friday? The way that Kyler says it looks like or feels like, or McCarthy?
I would probably say McCarthy.
Me too. You got a young kid who's just basically saying what he's thinking.
Yeah, because he doesn't know any better.
He does
like
better.
Not.
I don't know.
Maybe air those feelings.
I'm telling you, he probably also senses what's going on. He reads writing on the wall. The writing on the wall is you got somebody like Murray in your house at $1 point something million a year. You're going to see what's going on with him first,
right?
Unless it's a complete disaster, which I don't expect it to be. I mean, I'm just trying to spit facts. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check.
So you know what? If KOC did believe in McCarthy, was all in on McCarthy. If he really thought McCarthy was the future quarterback or could be the future quarterback for the Vikings, you know what he would do for sure. He wouldn't have brung Murray in the building at all. Matter of fact, he would have said, "Hey, I'll bring Wentz back. I'll bring Brosmer back, and I'm gonna give 1,000% to McCarthy because I believe he can be the future." Yeah, if he really thought and felt and believed in McCarthy, that's what he would have done. I guarantee that's what Jim Harbaugh would have done. John Harbaugh would do. Kyle Shanahan would do, etc. You can still have Carson Wentz as a backup. But if he really believed in McCarthy and wanted the best for McCarthy and was really all in on McCarthy, baby, he wouldn't have brung Murray in the first place. He would have leaned on McCarthy and worked with him and dove in with him this offseason and really seen what he could get out of him, bro. Period. You know it. I know it. So it wouldn't have been no questions at all. So is KOC full of shit? Has he been full of shit? Hell yeah. Can he change? Will he change? You would say probably not. What we've seen from him for 4 years, what makes you think he can change or will change, But also, okay, so we're at the hour mark, man. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link. We get into another video as well, right quick. Shout out Rich Eisen, though, man. Hold on 1 second. See if we got any other videos here. Like I say, a little bit shorter live tonight. Got to get up in the AM as well. So, hey, bro, let's get it. We got that one already. Hold on. Once again, man, football is back. Football is back. Feels good, don't it? Feels good, don't it? For real. Thought it was one more thing right here. 1 second. Already saw that one before already. See this here. So we go to this shit right quick here. I know you don't wanna to go home. I know you don't wanna to go home. so much JJ McCarthy talk, bruh. Like all this JJ McCarthy trade this and trade that right now is so crazy. But hey, let's just see what it's about at the end of the day, right? Boom. 1 second, man. Here we go. Mhm. Let's get to it, man. So trading McCarthy, one of the key takeaways from OTAs is that Kyler Murray is going to win the Minnesota Vikings quarterback competition. If it really was a competition to begin with, it was also apparent that McCarthy's view of his situation has changed, with the sense of betrayal coming through in his comments with the media. That being the case, with Kyler Murray being the guy going forward, that should be the plan. What should the plan be for JJ McCarthy? Then, of course, keep him or trade him. Norse, what up, big dog?
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, bro? What's going on with you? How you feeling, man?
You know.
Same old
Like I
KOC
said,
shit, huh?
man, you know, it feels like the writing's on the wall. And you know, I'm not happy.
Right.
Just like when they signed Murray, I knew it. It was like he didn't
but
sign without a wink and a nod that he was going to be the guy. And
Oh,
that
so you think he knew
bugged the
coming
hell
in he
out
was
of me.
gonna be the guy?
Yeah, I do. Even though, I mean, it makes no sense.
Right.
I mean, somebody out there tell me who has ever given up on their young top 10 quarterback so fast. Somebody tell me this, because it doesn't
yeah.
make sense.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like I said, if he really believed in, just looking at it now even more clear and shit, if he really believed in McCarthy, he wouldn't even bring Murray in. He would have just focused all his energy into McCarthy, developing him, making him the best quarterback possible,
EJ, I don't think it comes to belief in the kid. I think it comes from pure hatred. This dude, he can't develop a young quarterback.
Yeah.
He couldn't even develop himself as a young quarterback.
Right. Yeah. So you think he well, like I say, he just, man, he can't handle the a guy with McCarthy's spirit, man, and just who he is as a competitor. But that's kind of crazy. I guarantee any coach would love to have McCarthy right now, man.
If you have the fire that I see in McCarthy, that's who you want. You would want to have this kid no matter what.
Yep, real shit, man. Real shit.
And I'm sorry, man. I mean, it just seems to me, it just seems like everything has been thrown away because of a egotistical coach. The dude hasn't called a good game until he started running the ball. But yet we don't even know if the dude will persist in that way.
Right,
So it
right.
doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter if whoever is the quarterback, this dude is going to get his quarterback killed no matter what. Now, I'm not totally anti Kyler Murray, but
Right.
I'm absolutely pro JJ McCarthy. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that. Who's ever heard me, whoever knows me knows that I'm pro JJ. The kid has an it factor that you just can't teach. It just doesn't come around often. But yet this clown show of a coach wants to just throw that away because of his own freaking egotistical attitude. That's what I
Right.
see. Now, if anybody else out there has facts to back their own statement up against what I say, throw it out there because
Right.
you don't have it.
So,
and here's
so
me
you
on the other
think?
side.
Do
Go
you
ahead.
think? Do you think the quarterback? Do you think the QB1 is already decided or no?
Unfortunately, yeah, I do. And it was decided at the signing of Kyler Murray. I wanted to believe, but I also knew, come on, man. I see people. I watch people. I mean,
Right.
this dude, the clown is coaching for his own ass. And he knows he cannot, even though he was hired to bring in and bring up a young drafted stud quarterback, which he has proven he cannot do.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like he just wants that veteran and try out new veterans here and there, or it's just he has something against McCarthy where he doesn't like him, or he doesn't want to like him, or he don't want to put in time and effort with him. But it's something there that's not happening, not clicking. So as far as the QB1, I'm not gonna say Murray is the one right now, but as days go on and more news comes out, it's like shit, bro. Like what should you really believe? And KOC has been so full of shit in the past and lied so many times, changed his whole tune when it comes to McCarthy. It's like, hey, like shit, bro, what's really going on?
KOC, hey, I don't know how old you are, EJ, but I think it was like back in the 90s or something. Some company came out with this contraption called the salad shooter.
Interesting.
That's KOC right there.
Salad shooter.
All he does is speak around everything in his press conferences. Word salad. That's why I call him a salad shooter, because he don't speak truth. All he does is just speak around everything. And like I said, remember this: his papa, his daddy was FBI. So I'm sure he learned how to politic like a motherfucker by his dad.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, when you hear him speak, he's a glib speaker. So yeah, that definitely comes out when he speaks, especially when he's in the wrong. He knows how to flip it and say things a certain way and shit. So yeah, that's KOC for you. Been that way for 4 years, man.
Yeah.
4 years, dog. KOC, bro.
And this dude hasn't won. I saw, I heard, I see Too Evil. I see you, man. But KOC hasn't won jack shit being any kind of real freaking dude in the organization. He's never called plays. What he go get Sean McVay a cup of coffee, bitch. That's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, he been a damn coffee runner, man, up under McVay armpit. Shit,
A
that's where he
bunch of
been,
them
man.
came up. I mean, and that's another thing. People are calling it like a Sean McVay tree. No, it's a Mike Shanahan tree before Sean McVay. All these young guys that coming up and out, McVay, O'Connell, McDaniel, all those guys started under Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan's dad in Washington.
Mm. So then McVay pretty much just took it over, then started his own group basically, or everybody followed him and shit.
Right, and
you know, because McVay definitely has a tree, you know, being a Super Bowl winner, so it's definitely, I mean, like even like McDonald, call it the McDonald era or McDonald tree, you know, he's gonna have coaches that leave who are under him to go win and be successful, you know.
well, yeah, every branch has little sapling branches off of it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Very
But
interesting, man.
KOC calls Sean McVay daddy.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, man. Yeah, I don't think too many people know that Kevin O'Connell didn't play call in Los Angeles. I mean, he was part of the team, OC, whatever you want to call him. But as far as play calling goes, I don't believe he was actually calling the plays type shit.
I think a lot of people know that, and they should know that. If you're a Vikings fan, you better damn well know that. This dude,
some of them don't
he didn't
care.
do anything. He was a coffee getter. Yeah, he might. Oh, and by the way, like I said in your chat yesterday, go check out the Adam Thielen interview with Ross Tucker. It was I don't know, maybe a month ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
The way Adam Thielen talked about Kevin O'Connell, it just proves everything. He wants to scheme up these amazing little plays, but he really, you know, if I think Thielen said something like, yeah, if he didn't have to do all the other stuff, that's what he would rather do. So his heart isn't truly in being a real head coach. Go look it up, man. Look it up. And if I got the time this weekend, I will rewatch it. I will send you the minute by minute clip to go watch it, and then you can show the rest of everybody else.
All right. I mean, so basically, Adam Thielen was saying he would rather be an offensive coordinator.
I think he'd rather. Well, from what Thielen said, he'd rather be the little scheme guy, and not even the OC. Like just to draw the little plays up on the napkin and shit like that.
So he was saying he don't even want to be a head coach, basically.
Well, he obviously wanted to be a head coach, but
right.
his mind is on being the cutest little sweetheart in the room.
So basically for KOC, just basically saving face all the time, period. Just looking good even if he's not good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hold on, bro. Give me a half a minute here.
All right. Yeah, KOC is wild, man. KOC is wild. The whole McCarthy situation is pretty wild, dog. No cap. You know. I mean, bottom line is, so far McCarthy has gotten the short end of the stick for sure. For real, man. The short end of the stick for sure. What he said, 2 years vet and 6+ year vet is totally different. Oh, definitely, Aiden Chris, definitely, dog. I mean, JJ McCarthy being a 2-year vet as far as in the physical form, still learning the game, adapting to the game as well. You know? Minnesota should trade for Denzel Ward and have a shutdown corner in the building. 1 second here, man. So where we at here? The choices for McCarthy are clear. Either keep him and let him play out his rookie contract as a backup or trade him. The Vikings don't really need McCarthy as a backup. They have Carson Wentz, and having McCarthy stew in the locker room for this season and next may not be the best way to help Kyler Murray lead the team. Well, the locker room loves McCarthy. Let's not forget that. You know, McCarthy has earned the respect. He was a captain last year. So everything he's received from the team, from the boys, he's earned, bro. Period. Here we go. He said, yeah, McCarthy should be traded to the WNBAs. You funny, Too Evil. You funny, Too Evil. No doubt. No doubt, man. Man. He said, no, EJ, that C on his chest from last season stood for cooked. Man, come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it, bro. Come on now. For real. Was he cooked when he beat the Bears? Was he cooked when he should have beat the Bears twice? Too Evil. Was he cooked when he played with a high ankle sprain and all that? You know? Was he cooked then when he played with a concussion for 5 minutes and shit, when he getting his head knocked off the whole game? Or do people want to pick and choose shit with McCarthy like they always do? Crazy. That boy Too Evil. Wow, man. Yes, man.
Yo, he
Crazy.
did.
What up, man? Yeah, you
That
back?
that whole thing with you know, people giving JJ shit about that. It came out that JJ actually hurt his throwing hand in the first game. So come on, everybody. You know, I'm not trying to be a JJ stan. I just
Right.
what I want in my entire Viking fandom is a Super Bowl with a kid that we drafted, that we brought up, and he is the guy for at least a decade. That's my hope, you know.
Right. Now when you say his hand for the first game of the season, when was that? I mean, was that like an article or someone said it or what?
I'm not so sure. But Brevin from PTSD, Purple PTSD, he writes for that. He's got his own show, SKOL, VIKES. And he's got some connections, and it sounded like he said that it actually did happen in the first game. I don't know if that's true for sure.
Yeah. I mean, certain stuff you gotta know, just like something like that. You gotta know facts on, you know, like, you know, it's gotta be, because that's a totally different season if you hurt your hand and no one knows about it, and they keep it on hush mode. I find that Like hard to believe they could just, if it was a significant hand injury, yeah, I don't think that would have been hidden like that for so long,
Yeah, well, JJ is the type that will hide it. If you go look, if you listen to his former quarterback coach, Greg Holcomb, he even said it on with Rap. He actually said it back when he was a junior in high school back at Nazareth Academy. His hand was broke. And they said, don't say a thing. Matter of fact, JJ's dad told everyone anywhere near JJ, don't you say anything because JJ wants to go play in this game. And then he ended up playing in the championship and they won it.
Well, that was dumb advice, first of all, So his hand was broken. So I'm assuming it wasn't his throwing hand though.
It was it might have been his thumb. I can't quite remember, but
it'd be tough to throw the ball with a broken hand like that,
Hey, I'm just relaying what I heard.
Yeah. No, I dig it, but like shit like that, like you gotta have real facts on, because the pain he was in when it was officially injury, yeah, Russ, like you saw he was in real pain, how he couldn't play anymore, especially that Green Bay game. I mean, the fact he even played that game just for Jettas says a lot about who he is and his character and shit at the end of the day.
Well, EJ, I'm just trying to throw the light out there for people who are actually hating on JJ. You know, it's not his fault entirely. And I just want everybody to know that the kid has a special factor that you just can't coach. And everybody seems to just turn away in this microwave, gotta have it now society. And I'm fed up with it all of that. I mean, give the kid a shot, give him a chance. You drafted him, and you can't tell me that you didn't sign off on it. O'Clownell.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I guess just gotta wait and see what happens. Shit, hell, if McCarthy is not happy, we could be looking to trade before preseason over, or a trade before training camp, dog. You never know. Depending on how McCarthy feeling and shit.
That's another thing. These reporters are so full of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they some have inside information for sure. They do, like Pelissero. He might have something in there.
I'm just saying, fuck the reporters. Fuck the reporters. I'm talking about just McCarthy in general, how he's feeling. If he's really mad or feel the way which he has the right to, like, could he say, hey man, just I'm ready to get up out of here. I'm not in it. My heart ain't in it with this team no more, or whatever. Never know.
Well, how would you feel?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Excuse me. And anybody listening, how would you feel if you've been slighted? You give everything that you have. You're busting your ass for everybody around you. And you got this coach who is an egotistical prick.
Yeah.
Who knows he could never do what you're doing right now. And so there's some kind of attitude about that. That's kind of what I see was going on. And okay, fine. If you're going to trade him, let him go. Let him go. Go be the winner that he's going to be, and let him shit all over O'Connell for the rest of his days.
Yeah. Let him go ahead and get out the building. You ain't gonna give it your all with him. He deserved better than that. I know that.
EJ,
Yeah,
I'm
man.
sad. I'm kind of sad, man, because I don't want to see this. I don't want to see
Yeah.
this. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it would suck, man. You know, if he does leave or something like that, yeah, it's definitely gonna suck. But like I said, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see how the competition pans out, what's going on for real. You know, right now I'm gonna say, hey, it's still a competition. McCarthy just focused. But if not, trust me, I mean, they can't run forever. It's gonna come to a head at the end of the day. For real.
Well, I'm getting a little too old to keep on, wishing upon a star here. You know, I see a kid that has everything within him. He's shown amazing flashes, and every to all those people who say, he throws too hard. The feathering can be learned, but if you're not going to give him a chance, how's he going to learn it? And
Yeah.
furthermore, going back to this, what I was trying to say earlier, have you ever seen another team pull the shit that O'Connell is trying to pull right now? He had a young quarterback, first year starter, basically a rookie, just giving up on the kid. I have never seen this in my life.
Yeah, crazy shit, bro. Fucked up, man. But team 9, lock in 9. Keep your head up, bro. Keep fighting, keep playing hard. But shit, final thoughts, Norris. I'm finna get up out of here, man.
Final thoughts. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. That's really all I got, man.
For sure, man. You too, bro. You too, man.
All right. Peace. I'm out.
All right, man. I'll let you next time, bro. All right, have a good one.
All right, later.
Shout out Norris in the building, man. No doubt. SKOL VIKES, man. Like I say, that whole article, even with the trade, like, if McCarthy wants to leave, like I say, you can't blame him, bro. If he wants to stay, if he stays. If it's a real battle, real competition, we're going to see. But at the end of the day, like, can't nobody deny it. From day one, McCarthy hasn't gotten the adequate amount of time he deserves. Real development, etc., dog, since day one. They've been trying to make him the scapegoat since day one. So can KLC turn this around? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he can at the end of the day, but will he? Does he want to? That's the main question right now. Will he do right by McCarthy? Even if it is a competition with Murray in the building, he can still put time in and work in with McCarthy at the same time. So that's the big question right there, bro. Is it a fair battle? Straight up. Is it a fair battle? But I know one thing for sure, too, for certain. McCarthy deserves better as far as effort goes from KOC. That's just what it is, bottom line. But at the same time, this is year 2 as far as in the physical form. It is time for McCarthy to step up per se. Yeah, we know how his first year went, his second year went, etc. How KOC been on bullshit, no bullshit. But at the end of the day, he's now really officially a vet. It's time for him to turn up a little bit more. And some stuff he can just change himself, like his technique, his footwork. He worked with John Beck, improving mechanics, learning when to take heat off the ball and not take heat off the ball. Yeah, the rest KLC teaches him and shows him as far as scheme goes, even certain techniques as well, just certain tricks of the game, mental parts of it, physical parts of it, learning, reading the field, how to be a field general, etc. Man, that's all part of player-coach relationships, player-coach development. But hey, McCarthy may have to just say fuck it, taking it to his own hands as far as really taking over goals type shit. That's the way KLC want to play it, bet. Boom. Like I said, if KLC was really all in with McCarthy from jump, he would have never brung in Murray. He would have spent this whole offseason, OTAs, training camp, etc., really locked in on his future quarterback. Since he said that is who JJ McCarthy is and all that. It's what it is, man. No cap. You know? That being said, I'm finna get up out of here, man. Shorter live tonight. Probably holler at y'all tomorrow. If not, see you on the next one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell again. Share this with any and everybody you know for sure, man. Support the channel. You support the fake already. Support the real for real, man. Here we go. SKOL Vikes, win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. Down at the levee. We going fishing at the levee. SKOL Vikes, man. We run the north. Believe that. Oh, yeah.